guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I am doing a tag video, a long overdue tag video. I was tagged by Ian over at the Out of This World reader to do the Can You Adapt It tag a few months ago now, and I am only getting around to filming this. I'm sorry, but I guess better late than never. I love tag video, I'm not the best at being on top of them. So I'm really sorry. But before we get started, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please consider subscribing if you like anything book related, book haul, book tags, anything book related. I would love to have you back on my channel. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, I love you so much and I appreciate you, each and every one of you. And let's get started. So the very first question is, what is your favorite book adaptation? And I was trying my damn hardest to not pick Lord of the Rings, because I feel like everyone is picking Lord of the Rings with obvious reasons. It's an amazing adaptation. The movies are amazing. I just wanted to be original. So I decided to go with a movie that is probably not the best movie by itself, but for me it's kind of my happy place. It's one that is very nostalgic for me. It's one that I go back to all the time when I just am in the mood for a cozy type of movie, and it's going to be the very first Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or just the Sorcerer's Stone, I'm not sure. Like I said, the first movie for me is one of my favorite movies that I watch over and over and over now. It's arguably not the best movie, obviously, but it's just my happy place, and it's just so nostalgic for me, and I just love it, and it has some cozy vibe for me. I just love watching it during Christmas time. I don't know. The very first Harry Potter for me is kind of a happy place, like I said, so I wanted to pick that book for my very favorite adaptation. Next question is, what is your least favorite adaptation? And I'm going with an older adaptation. 2 movies were made out of this series, and it's going to be the Percy Jackson series. They did the first book and the second book, and obviously it was just so bad. The book were amazing, and I don't know what happened, but they left off so many really important information out of the books that were really like crucial in the later books. So I don't know if they already knew that they were not gonna do all 5 of the books, or they didn't read the books. I don't know what happened, but they were just so freaking bad. I know there's I think it's a series, I think it's Crave or Disney, I'm not sure, that are adapting this, and hopefully it's gonna be better, because honestly this series is so good. I was just so disappointed in the first movie, and the second movie was just, it was just horrible. No. Question number 3 is, if you can adapt any books, which one would it be and why? And I'm choosing a recent read, and it's going to be The Rage of Dragon by Yvonne Winter. I read this not so long ago for my book club, and we kind of all agreed that this would be an amazing movie. So action-packed, and there's so much like fight scene. I think it would be such a cool movie. In my mind, this is a movie, not like a series, just because as big as this book is, not too much has happened. So I don't know, I just think this would be a really, really cool movie. I feel like this was written with being a movie in the back of the author's mind. I feel like this was written to be a movie. I think this would be an amazing movie. I think this was picked up by a network, so I really hope they actually do it, or like they actually go through with it and adapt it with a movie or mini show or whatever, because I think this would be so cool. And like the world and the magic sounds really cool, and we don't get to see it so much in this book, so I feel like in a series we could see it. And I don't know, I just think The Rage of Dragon would be a really, really cool movie. So yeah, that's my pick. Question number 4 is, what's one adaptation that was portrayed perfectly? And I was having trouble finding one. I didn't want to pick Lord of the Rings because that's an obvious one, so I decided to pick the Confession of a Shopaholic series. They only did one movie, and they kind of mixed the first 2 books, if that makes sense. But honestly, I loved the movie. I loved these books as well. They're just so fun and light and easy read, and I think the movie was kind of the perfect chick lit kind of movie. I really liked it. It was so funny. I thought the movie did a really great job of capturing kind of the overall feeling of these books. So yeah, it's kind of an older movie. These are kind of older books as well, but I love both of them, and I thought they did a good job. They're not like my favorite books of all time, and it's not one of my favorite movies of all time. It just did a good job of like capturing, like I said, the overall feeling and how funny these books were and how light these books were. Question number 5 is, if you can star in any book adaptation, which one would it be and which character would you play? And that's a funny one. I don't know, I never think of myself as an actress or something, that I don't imagine myself starring in a movie. But I remember when I was in high school, I kind of always wanted to play Cho in Harry Potter. I don't know, I thought it would kind of be cool. She was kind of the first Asian like person that I saw in any books. I thought it would be cool to play her when I was in high school. So that's kind of my answer. That's kind of one that when I was a kid, I kind of wish I could have played that character in the movie. I thought it would have been cool. I could have said I played in Harry Potter. Question number 6 is, when it comes to adapting a novel, what is your preferred media, TV, miniseries, film? Kind of depends. It depends on the book. I think my answer most of the time would be miniseries. I like the format. I feel like it's, you know, like 6 or 7 or 8 episodes. It's not too long of a commitment, but at the same time you get enough that you can build this character up and you have a nice plot. I feel like sometimes films, you have to rush things, and you're missing a lot of the things that happen in the book. And then TV shows, sometimes like 20 episodes is kind of a long commitment, and it's just, I don't want to start necessarily like a 20 episode long TV show. So miniseries most of the time would be my preferred way to adapting a book. So question number 7 is, if you can change anything from a recent adaptation, what would it be? I talked about it a little bit, but Percy Jackson, I thought they were missing so many important information from the later books that it was so disappointing in my mind. I really did not like it. I thought it was just so bad, and I just really wish that the next adaptation is going to do a better job and better justice to the books, because the books are amazing. And you know, there's this series, and then after there's the Hero of Olympus series, and even the Trials of Apollo is kind of in the same big world. I feel like they could do so much with that. There's so much material that they can go into, so I really wish the next adaptation is going to be a better one. Question number 8 is there a book adaptation better than the actual book? If so, which one? And I'm gonna say every Nicholas Sparks movie. I loved all of the not all the movies, but pretty much all of the movies. I think I watched pretty much all of them. So there's The Notebook, Safe Haven, there's Message in a Bottle, A Walk to Remember, there's The Last Song. There's so many, and I feel like I always wanted to love his books, but I never really did, and I think his writing style is just not for me. But all of his movies I feel like are amazing, and I love all of them. So yeah, I feel like all of his movies were better than the books. I'm not the biggest fan of his writing style in general, so I'm not the biggest fan of Nicholas Sparks, sadly. And the last question is, can you tag some people? So this tag has been going around on YouTube, so I feel like a lot of people has done it, but I'm gonna tag Ariel over at Reading and Whatnot. I don't think she's done this tag, so tag You're It. And I'm gonna tag John over at Walker Writes 7. I don't think he has done this tag as well. So yeah, those are the 2 persons that I'm going to be tagging. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love if you guys would write some of your answers down below. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night depending on when you're watching this. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!